Now, Anthony, I think this is a question for you. Most of the renewable generation build out is going to be taking place in northern and western New York and off of Long Island shoreline. Are existing transmission lines able to carry that energy to the downstate load centers? And if not, what do we have to do to get it there?
Yeah, I think regulators are looking at that now. There are some segments being built from kind of upstate to downstate to move those electrons. You know, upstate's got a clean mix. Gavin noted that there's renewables upstate with wind, nuclear plants are up there. So upstate's relatively clean, more than 90% clean. Downstate, unfortunately, is the opposite side of the coin, right? About 90% fossil base. So moving electrons from upstate to downstate has already occurred. There's a couple of segments that have been approved. And look, we need to look at right now, off of Long Island, how you're going to move those electrons from offshore onshore. There's public policy transmission needs being looked at right now, and there are going to have to be segments built to get this on land, onshore, and to move the electrons to where you need them in order to do that. So taking a look at the whole statewide bulk electrical system is important, something that's undergoing and happening right now. But there needs to be a massive amount of build out to enable this future of all this offshore wind coming onshore and making sure we have enough power upstate that we can move to the load centers that are essentially downstate right now.
And maybe one of the ironies of the CLCPA is at the same time it's demanding more of this long-term or long-distance transmission. Other components of it are challenging the state as to where you can put facilities. There's and I know we're talking about this later as well, a huge focus in the law about avoiding environmental impacts on so-called disadvantaged communities, historically low-income minority communities. They're seen as bearing the historic brunt of environmental impacts. So we're seeing this on some of the offshore wind transmission lines where they can come into Long Island. We know what's called the New York Bight, which is a little bit further south. Most likely place for the transmission line to come in is somewhere right in New York City. And they're already thinking about the challenges of finding pathways that aren't going to raise other CLCPA-based objections related to environmental justice concerns.